Hans, good morning, late tea time podders around the world. We come to you a little bit later this week. Me and DT were busy during the middle of the week. So we've come halfway through the Mexican Open. DT, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just retweeting our blog. So, yeah. Our podcast,
and,
yes.
And you're about to go off doing a Forrest Gump and doing the park run, aren't you? So we're going to
I'm doing
fly
the part
through
one.
this morning. We've got so much on at the moment. It's just crazy.
I know.
Anyway, it is good to have everybody with us. And just before we get into the action, just a big thank you to Buddhist Man, who basically made a donation after what we said last week about the Alzheimer's Society, etc. And Buddhistman made a nice donation to the charity. So, and the Tiger Woods autograph got sold as well. So we made a little bit of money for the charity. So that's very, very good indeed. Thank you very much to Buddhistman and anybody else who has donated. But DT, we're looking at this week at the Mexican Open. And I have got the prices somewhere. Where are we? Here we go. I'm going across the bottom of the screen. Latest prices there. Jake Knapp is the favourite, 17-4. Matt Wallace 5-1. Eric Van Rooyen's 11-2. Sami Välimäki is 13-2. Alvaro Ortiz is 12-1. Tony Finau 14s, and the rest are bigger, DT. And where are we going to go with this one?
So you remember from was it last week or the week before when we talked about Jake Knapp and you made all the sleep puns and everything?
Yeah.
So very here he is.
Very fine. Yeah.
Well, there he is a couple of weeks on and he's leading. So we maybe mistimed it. I do think he's a bit short priced, though. This is, as much as I like him to back him like 80-1 pre-tournament rather than short odds right now when he's got the pressure of having the lead. So he's not really for me. I mean, it's a funny front four, to be honest. Wallace, Välimäki, Ortiz, and Knapp, as I said. Ortiz, he's the kind of Mexican local, but this is above anything he's really achieved. So I think it might just be a nice halfway story rather than a kind of live betting opportunity. Välimäki, it's interesting with Välimäki. I was actually discussing him with Matt Cooper pre-event. We both sort of quite liked him because he's played well on Paspalum grass, which is what they're on this week. And we thought he might be a good fit for the course. Not something we would have put up on here necessarily because there was no inside knowledge. It was just like a hunch.
Yeah.
But again, he's never been in this position before. I'm not sure the price is that great. And then that leaves Matt Wallace, who has won on the PGA Tour, but again, he got him across there 5-1. Again, it seems short. If you read his quote, he did quite a nice thing actually, where he said he's been getting off to slow starts, so he's pretending he's 3 over on the first tee, and then he has to sort of play a good round to finish under par for the day, and because he's starting so badly. And whether it's just like some mental trick, but it's worked for him because he played really nicely in round 1, and now he's joint leader. The only slight concern with him, he said his driver was a bit all over the place, and I wonder if that might catch up with him. So again, you sort of go through these top 4 in the betting, and I can see flaws in them all.
So does that lead us further down? Does that lead us to a bigger price?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's quite a way down, actually. I've got 2 down at -6, and -6 sounds as though it could be a long way off because it's 5 back from the lead, but it's only actually tied 9th. It sort of thins out once you get past the leaders. There's not many golfers in between them and the big bunch at -6. So I think there is room. If these leaders stall a little bit, which can happen, I think they could get caught by 2 players at -6. So I'll give you the first of these, quite an obvious one, Tony Finau.
I was going to mention him. Yeah.
Yeah. The pre-tournament favourite, and rightly so, having finished first and second here in the 2 editions. So he loves this course. He was kind of, I was sort of watching other stuff last night. I'm generally a bit busy, but the first shot I saw...
Leeds. Did you watch Leeds?
Well, yeah. I wasn't quite watching Leeds as well as you were. Good result, that, wasn't it? 3-1 against Leicester.
Fantastic result. After being 1-0 down, 15 minutes to go, 3 goals, bang.
Yeah,
very good. Happy days.
Well, maybe we'll use that as an example how things can turn and someone can make a dash from behind. So Tony Finau can hopefully... I first saw him playing a shot into the water. That was the first shot I saw. I thought, oh, maybe it's not his week. But he eagled 2 of his last 9 holes last night. to get himself right back into the hunt, including the last hole. So he's 5 back. Looking at his stats, I think people who've watched him early in the season were a bit kind of, his putting's a bit iffy, isn't it? But he's in positive for strokes going putting this week. I mean, he has played well in spite of it. He was 6th at Torrey Pines, 19th at Riviera last time. I just got a feeling, even if maybe one person or two will pick him off, but I think 14-1, I know it's not a sensational price, but I've seen this film before where the big gun who's got all a great course form, he doesn't quite, ultimately his slow start cost him, but he still finishes 2nd or 3rd. So I think he's a decent enough each way price at that.
Yeah, so 14-1 for Tony Finau then. He's the first of 2 picks then this week on the Golf Podcast. It was very remiss of me at the start of this to not mention our friends at switchwatersupplier.com, our sponsors of this podcast, and also the the subject
All
matter
golfers want to stay away from the water. That splash as your round sinks beneath the surface is never a good sound. But golf courses rely on water to keep those fairways and greens lush. For that post-round shower or the clean glass at the 19th hole. Golf courses, indeed most businesses, spend way too much money on their water bills. Switch Water Supplier can cut your water costs and help your business save money. Register now at switchwatersupplier.com. They will do all the hard work and get your business the very best price for your water supply and claim money back if you've been overcharged. Switchwatersupplier.com. Switching made simple.
Switching made simple to save your business some money on its water supply. So one name on our betting slip so far, Tony Finau. What's going to be the second name?
Was that little mention of Tony Finau going in the water, a little prompt there, maybe?
Beautifully done, wasn't it? It's almost, almost
like
we planned it.
I know. What a segue that was. Well done, Tony. Thanks for helping that. The second one is...
But don't go into the water again, Tony.
Yeah.
We've got money on you.
Yeah, you prompted the advert. That's fine. Your business there is done. The second one is Emiliano Grillo.
Yes.
The Argentine. Just quickly mention Finau. Finau is in the top 30 for every strokes gained category, so his game is kind of there. If he just improves in a couple of those categories, then he could really surge on the weekend. Grillo is playing well as well. He's in the top 25 for strokes gained putting so far, and approach and off the tee. So doing lots of things right. He's also -6, which is 5 back, but tied 9th, so doesn't have to pass too many players. He's got good form this season, Grillo. He's 7th at the Sony, 14th at Pebble, 20th at Torrey Pines. It's a good bank of form. And I did look at him pre-tournament because this Paspalum grass type that they're playing this week, he's good on that. So looking through his record, he was runner-up in the Puerto Rico Open, runner-up in the Simb Classic a few years back. Loads of good finishes on this grass type. So I think he's got quite a nice little overall package. Looking at everyone else on the top, I was going through everybody like Mark Hubbard, and there was a few things he's got a poor record on Paspalum. Looking at some of the others, I could find holes, but I can't really find a hole with Grillo. I think he's solid across the board. And I think he's quite a nice price as well.
Yeah, 40s, best price of 40s. And you can, so 40s and 14s then this week with Tony Finau and Emiliano Grillo.
It's one of those weeks, it's just that it's a strange top end of the leaderboard. I'm not saying one of those won't win, but I think they're there to be shot at. And I think just because someone's sometimes being 5 back can mean there's like 30 players between you and the lead. Well, it's just not the case this week.
Yeah.
So it just needs a low. Grillo and Finau can throw in a 64 or something, then they could be right in the hunt, 1 back, even tied going into the final round.
Good luck to them. Good luck to them. Tony and Emiliano, go for it and stay away from the water. Not like if you're with Switch Water Supplier, which is basically stay away from the expensive water. Get the cheaper water with switchwatersupplier.com. Thank you to them for sponsoring our podcast. Thanks to DT. Good luck with your little park run. Get those little legs moving. And
I don't enjoy it, I have to say. I mean, I like the atmosphere of a park run, but I don't enjoy running. I don't know why. Well, something to do, isn't it?
Just got to sit on the bench and wave them past.
Yeah, you feel good afterwards. That's the thing. And I quite like seeing what time I've run.
Yeah.
Gets me out of bed Saturday morning.
Well, this gets me out.
What's this?
and the cricket at 4 a.m. this morning as well.
Yes,
got me out of bed. So anyway, thank you very much indeed, everybody, for watching. This has been a Late Tea Time, the Late Tea Time podcast, as a sports broadcast media production. Please always gamble responsibly. Look after yourselves out there. Don't go wasting your money. And follow DT's tips. Hopefully we get some success this week, and we'll see you again next week. Cheers, everybody.
Always gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information.